Good morning. Today, I think I'll talk about the overall plan and objectives of the UK's current leader, Chairman Starmer, the godless commie Marxist, and what he intends to achieve in 5 years for the UK, and how he will implement changes that will be irreversible in any government that replaces his regime in 5 years' time, because he hasn't got a chance of winning the next election. But what he will do here in the next 5 years will be irreversible by any government that takes over after him. So let's talk about Starmer, right? Chairman Starmer, our dear leader, the, like I say, godless commie Marxist, and what he is going to achieve here. Now, if you've been looking at my previous videos, I have stated that Chairman Starmer is a perfectly possessed by demons and the dark forces that do actually exist in this world. In other words, the opposition to God's plan. They want to pervert that, and they use pieces of crap like Chairman Starmer, Schulz. There's been a little bit of a fight back and reversal with the election of Trump, but the forces of darkness in this world at the present time are very strong. So what does Starmer want to achieve? He wants to achieve hell on earth. He wants to bring the earth, God's creation, and God's greatest creation, the human race. He wants to bring them nearer to Satan, to his master, who he accepts, who he doesn't resist, who he gets rewarded by with power on earth, which is what he craves and nothing else. And he will die knowing that he will go to eternal damnation, tormentations and torture for eternity. That's his problem, got nothing to do with us. He made his choice, and he wants to impose his choices on us. The UK at the moment is being demographically devastated and ripped apart by mass immigration. I've never called it mass immigration. I call it population replacement. Again, see my previous videos. Massive areas of this country now no longer part of the white Western world. There's something else, and that's what Starmer wants to destroy God's intent for the various white peoples of the UK, i.e. the British nations, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, to be completely immolated by mass intrusions from the third world. That's going well for him. The next thing he wants to do is centralise power. All these commie godless Marxist regimes do that. They bring all the power base back to themselves so that they can make the culture and life-changing needs that they have to have power over the people. They need to have control of everything. You can see that going on with the farmers. They're not going to last for 5 minutes. One of Chairman Starmer's commie godless demon-possessed henchmen has stated that he's going to do to the farmers what Thatcher did to the miners. Watch out, farmers. They don't want you. They want big, massive conglomerates are owned by multi-billionaires. They want the land off you. They don't like you having an independent way to make a living and establish your own culture without their permission, so they're going to get rid of you. That's going to happen. Chairman Starmer is in league with all the other demonic possessed leaders in Europe, i.e. supporting the Ukrainian war, when they know full well since the start that Ukraine cannot win that war and their country will be absolutely devastated and it will become an abomination of desolation that will continue. And Ukraine, as they know, the most corrupt country in the world, on a par with Nigeria, doesn't matter to them. It's a non-democracy. You have a little monkey in charge, Zelensky, who does as he's told. They're happy with that situation. You can't have Russia breaking away from the globalist family, if you like, because if they do, they'll start doing independent things, which is what they cannot tolerate. And that applies to me and you. The next thing to go will be the destruction of the UK and its long history of being a part of Christianity and Christendom. That's going to go. You've seen what happened with Welby, a dirty little turd like that, who hid for many years a psychopath, paedophile, hellbound piece of crap, Smythe, beating public school boys, still children by the way, to the point where they bled. He sat on that, did nothing about it, probably had a chuckle. As far as I'm concerned, he's implicated with a pedo. He's a pedo himself because he knew exactly what was going on. The destruction of the English state religion, nothing to do with my religion, the Catholic Church, I will say, is imminent, going to be ripped apart. It's controlled by the state anyway. It operates like a branch of the civil service which meets the religious needs of its congregation. All going to go. Be total government control. The policies that will be endorsed, such as transgenderism, gay priests, female vicars, all the crap that he came out with is going to be applied. Next thing that will happen is the destruction of the family units, because family units are apt to make independent decisions aside from the state. That can't be tolerated. The links between husbands, wives and their children are being severed. UK now has the highest divorce rate in the world, the greatest amount of single parents, aside from America. Family breakup is imminent. There will be no sibling relationships and loyalty between parents and the children will not be allowed. That will be centralised by the state. They will control that. Transgenderism is a perversion of God's intent for male and female. That's in full swing. That is divisive. Lots of Chairman Starmer's and the likes policies are divisive. What it comes down to, and the bottom line is this: Chairman Starmer, like his master, Satan, hates the human race. Absolutely abhors us. What you have to remember with Satan is that the only way he can get back at God for falling from the heavens into hell is to attack us, me and you. It's the only power he has to get back at God, which is to claim souls for his minions and himself in hell. It's the only way he can get back at God. So we're in a terrible situation where we are at the present time. We are overseeing in our lifetimes the creation of hell on earth as implemented by Chairman Starman. We need to think about what we're up against. When Satan fell from heaven, it was described as 1/3 of the night sky stars falling from the heavens into hell. That's how many there are. There are uncountable legions of them who have nothing else to do but to attack, pervert, and make the human race evil. And they do it here primarily through the likes of Chairman Starman and his cronies in the Western world. We've got a hell of a fight on. I am looking at a timeline of another 20 years before you will see the end of Western civilization. It's as simple as that. The greatest civilization the world has ever seen, the greatest civilization that gave everything to the other races on this planet, i.e. the aeroplane, industrialization, the steam engine, internal combustion. The achievements of the Western world are the greatest ever, and everyone else uses our creation or imitates it. They want rid of that. They want to bring the third world into here. And what you have to remember, and I'm quoting from fact, is that when they bring in these Africans, West Indians, Pakistanis, all the crap, detritus from all around the world that we have to live with, they are here permanently at your loss. They are your replacement. A black man from Africa has, on average, a 15% lower IQ than a white person. Some of them don't, most of them don't even reach 100 IQ, but they're going to replace you, and they're going to be helped to do that by the state. This is coming 20 years, the complete destruction of Western civilization, where the remnants of the white races of Europe will be a persecuted minority in their own lands. God intended for white people to live in Europe, black people to live in Africa, Asians to live in Asia, but Chairman Starman and his likes want to pervert that and destroy any homogeneity remaining on these islands between the British peoples. You can see it happening now in London. London has gone, fallen, not our capital anymore. It's the capital of hell on earth. Thank you very much.